the celebration. It's not all, though. There are a lot of gadgets. Sister and Mr. Ati, you're not doing this in a small way, right? It looks like it's a grand event coming. Well, I wish you people a lot of success.
Thank you.
And I hope that many people have heard. Most importantly, it's a story of health. 50 years of healthcare at your service, and I think this is a promise of 50 more years and many more years to come of healthcare in Akom. They call it Small London. If you're watching us, yes, Sister C. If you're watching us from Small London, good morning to you, and keep watching the CRTV. Sister, can I grace your breakfast with something? Should I give you banana?
Yeah.
I wish you a beautiful day. I'm going to say bye-bye to you. Maybe we'll talk about...
Thank you so much. You're kind.
And don't hesitate to get back to us at any other stage to update us on what's happening with you and the work you do. Now let's go into our gardens. We're talking today about its agro-business. The slot today is looking at tomatoes, and Priscilla Lumi standing by to tell us more.
Market gardening in urban centers is very profitable because it reduces the distance that the vegetables or the crops have to cover. Thus, the crops reach the consumer still in a very good state, fresh with less blemishes. It can also last longer. This also reduces post-harvest losses for farmers who have to carry it from the interior parts of divisions, regions, and Cameroon as a whole to bring them to the consumers who are mostly found in urban centers. One of the difficulties encountered in urban market gardening is the lack of space or land. That is where farming in a greenhouse steps in. Because with limited space, much can be harvested and cultivated all year round. On today's edition of Agrobusiness, we will see how to grow organic tomatoes in a greenhouse. In a greenhouse measuring some 240 meters square, you can plant tomatoes about 3 times in a year depending on the species of the tomatoes. There are some that have a longer cycle while others have shorter cycle.
This is a greenhouse venture. Tomatoes in the greenhouse grow faster as compared to tomatoes outdoors. When you look here, we see tomatoes. This F1 Cobra tomatoes. When you planted this tomato outdoor, it takes about 3 months to start producing fruit. But in greenhouse, it takes barely 1 month to start producing fruit. Then our tomatoes last. This is indeterminate variety. Means that it grows for about 4 months and ends 5 months. We do not grow more than don't grow above 5 months. At 5 months, it is already matured. The fruit are already ripened. We remove them. We look at this one we call Juliet Hybrid. It's indeterminate variety. This variety can take 8 months in the greenhouse. It produces about 4 times. We harvest, first harvest, second harvest, third harvest, and fourth harvest.
Crops in a greenhouse grow faster because of the possibility to regulate the temperature, and in this case, warm temperature boosts growth. You can also regulate water supply, the use of organic fertilizers, and also disease control mechanisms to strictly follow up the crops, which will do very well, and the yields will also be very encouraging. Crops from the greenhouse also last long after harvest because they contain less chemicals.
We don't cultivate our crops in the greenhouse using fertilizers. We use the organic manure. Before we apply manure under our tomatoes, we have to sterilize the manure. When you apply manure under tomato without sterilizing it, it's going to cause what we call ammonia gas, which will raise what we call ammonia gas. And this ammonia gas will result to blight, will affect the tomatoes in the greenhouse. Even you working in the greenhouse is going to affect you. Talk about the yields. The yield in the greenhouse, it is quite much as compared to those outdoor. When you look at our tomatoes here, 1 tomatoes can give us about 50 fruits. 50 fruit. But outdoors, tomatoes give us highest 10 fruit. 5 to 10 fruits. But in the greenhouse, you got 50 fruits. Preservation, when you look at the tomatoes in the greenhouse, it lasts for when it is fully matured, as in when I talk fully matured, when it is ripe, ready for home consumption. You can keep them. It can take 2 months without getting bad. That is theory. But those outdoors will not last. It will not last for 3 days after already getting bad. Now we look in the greenhouse. We have windows on both sides. The weather now is too bad. That's why you see my windows are all down. I set my windows when I reach my temperature. I have my thermometer there, and I regulate. That's the that guide me the temperature that I'm supposed to conserve in the greenhouse. When the temperature is too high, I look at my thermometer. When it's above 35 temperature, when it's above 35 degrees, my windows, I'll raise my window up. When it's come down to 20, 25, 21, our window is supposed to be down. So that is the excess of that thermometer there. If you fail to follow the instruction given by the thermometer, you know that you have a problem in the greenhouse. I will show you an example here. We look at this tomato. Look at this tomato here. This is an effect that happened on Sunday. When I came here, the weather was too bad. I closed my windows and I went back home. I realized that the intensity of sun was too high. So I spent about 2 hours, 3 hours in there coming to open the window. I realized that the tomatoes were already affected by blossom rot of sunshine. And the temperature is very high, so you have to affect the tomatoes at this stage. So this one is called sun scorch or blossom rot of tomatoes.
This technology of farming is relatively new in Cameroon, but is attracting a